Important breaking news from the world.
Early this month, it was learned that a desperate North Korea soldier fled the border. This man, sick and miserable from years of serving the DRNK, risked his life to enter South Korea. We've learned about his terrible physical condition. Now, we are learning that in an effort to recapture the man, the North Koreans did something that hasn't happened in over 60 years. The Korean peninsula has been split in half ever since 1953. At the end of the Korean War, the boundaries of North and South Korea were clearly set. The Korean Demilitarized Zone, or DMZ, is the space between both nations. It is the border between the freedom of the South and the misery of the North. Conditions are terrible in North Korea. The people are deprived of basic liberties. They have little food to eat. Even those who serve in the glorious leader's army are malnourished. It is so bad that this lone soldier risked his life to flee over the border. The defector did survive and received medical treatment from South Korea doctors, but something happened during those pivotal moments. North Korea soldiers actually crossed into South Korea to get their man back. This hasn't happened since the war. North Korean troops briefly crossed into South Korea while chasing one of their fellow soldiers who defected earlier this month, violating the armistice that ended the Korean War, the U.S.-led United Nations Command said Wednesday. At a live TV briefing, the command released dramatic video showing the unidentified soldier speeding down a tree-lined road past shocked North Korean soldiers, who begin to run after him. He crashes the jeep near the line that divides North and South in the so-called truce village of Panmunjom, where North and South Korean soldiers face each other at their closest distance just feet away. Soldiers from the North sprint to the area, firing their weapons at the defector. One hurries across the dividing line before running back to the northern side. South Korean soldiers then crawl up to the defector, who has fallen injured in a mass of leaves against a small wall. They drag him to safety as North Korean troops gather on their side of the line. Surprisingly, North and South Korean soldiers didn't exchange fire in the first shooting in the area in more than 3 decades. Source: Fox News. Tensions between North and South Korea have always been high. Things have only gotten worse under Kim Jong-un, North Korea's latest dictator. The son of the former president regularly threatens the United States, Japan, and of course South Korea. Between missile testing and wild rhetoric, the world waits for the first shots to be fired. This fleeting event of a defector entering South Korea could have easily erupted into chaos. The North Korea troops, desperate to punish the man, could have attacked South Korea soldiers. The South Koreans, confused and under fire, could have started shooting at what looked like an invasion. Thankfully, events didn't escalate, but North Korea is being called out for this violation. U.S. Army Colonel Chad G. Carroll, a spokesman for the UN command, said the North violated the armistice by 1. Firing weapons across the MDL, and 2. By actually crossing the MDL temporarily, referring to the military demarcation line that bisects the Koreas. A UN command statement said officials notified the North's military of these violations and requested a meeting to discuss the investigation results and measures to prevent future such violations. North Korea hasn't responded and its official media haven't reported on the case. The North has previously accused South Korea of kidnapping or enticing North Koreans to defect. About 30,000 North Koreans have fled to South Korea, mostly via China, since the end of the 1950–53 Korean War. Source: Fox News. If this infraction isn't properly addressed, it might embolden North Korea to do more. Hey, if they got away with sending a few troops over the border, maybe next time they'll send a few more. Perhaps an entire army. The entire event shows the shocking disparity between both nations, and it highlights how bad citizens have it under North Korea rule. Perhaps in the near future things will change for the better. We can only hope.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe to my channel.